morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. Boy, it's Monday. It rolls around quick, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Monday, September 12th. I'm Tracy McCain here with Ed Matthews, Megan Malaris, and Christian Morgan.
Morning.
It does sneak up on you, especially when the entire weekend is rainy and gloomy. Looks a little better this week. Got to get through today.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get a lot better. Looking forward to it after today. I was out in the weather garden earlier this morning, and boy, it's plenty muggy out there. With the approach of a cold front today, we'll be on the lookout for some scattered storms between about 2 p.m. and about 8 p.m. this evening. One or two of those may be strong or severe with some damaging winds. You can bet your forecast team will keep a sharp eye on any storms that fire this afternoon. Now, once that front moves through this evening, the less humid air really starts to come in tonight. We'll drop to around 61. It's going to continue to pour into the region tomorrow, Wednesday, right on through into Thursday, and this could last into the upcoming weekend. We're looking at less humid conditions. Highs will be up around 80 during the day, and at night we're going to have some temperatures dipping into the upper 50s. So if we can make it through today with the heat and humidity, smooth sailing for the rest of the week. It's going to be really our best taste of fall weather this season, I believe. This is some really dry air that's moving in.
You know, in every point up until now, it's been here for a day or two, and then we've gone right back to the humid stuff. This is actually going to stick around a while. So not just Tuesday and Wednesday, this hangs around through the end of the week, even into the weekend as well. So it's a really, really great stretch of weather.
Gonna need a jacket tomorrow morning.
I love it.
Yeah, shall we say it's football weather?
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
Definitely was.
Yeah, football weather for sure. Great game to watch a game inside, but we were hoping for a better outcome.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that. Unfortunately, the Panthers did not pull it out, a 2-point loss, losing to the Cleveland Browns 26-24.
It was a really slow, oftentimes painful first half with the offense struggling to get in a rhythm. Even with the loss, though, there were some bright spots. Christian McCaffrey scored the team's first touchdown of the season. Of course he did, right? And the Panthers were able to take the lead of the game with about a minute left. So we were all hoping things were going to go up from here, but a 58-yard field goal kick by the Browns with just 8 seconds sealed the Browns' win.
So how are fans feeling after the game? We heard from some of them on Facebook. Alan said, didn't deserve to win, but this game was decided by the refs. Jill said, what a shame. At least we gave them a run for their money. And Aaron said the first 3 quarters of offense lost the game, leaving only 1 quarter he thinks of good play. Ronnie said, it's okay, everybody. It is just the first game. So we want to bring the conversation to all of you at home and here at our table. What does the rest of the season look like? Game 1, okay, 2-point loss. So how do we look ahead to game 2?
I said this earlier. I think between all the comments there, I think it is a conglomeration of all of that put together because first and foremost, back to the final comment here, it was just the first game. And let's be honest, when we talk about the preseason games, they don't matter. And so for that fact, we don't put our starting players and our star players up there. You know, we let kind of the second and third string get a little playing time. So it's hard to really know how everything is going to gel with the first game. So to that point, I agree. Also, we just got going way too late in the game. You cannot get down that much in the first quarter and then expect to make it all back up at the end. So I think it's just kind of a conglomeration of everything kind of put together. But that is a good point about it being the first game.
Right, because in the preseason, to your point, they're still deciding their roster. They didn't decide who the starting QB was going to be until very late. So yeah, I mean, for that respect, it was kind of like a continuation of, okay, let's figure this stuff out. And we see how that played out. But Baker Mayfield really, after the first turnover, felt like he came back to the bench. He took ownership of it. He went down the offensive line and said, hey guys, that was my fault. Let's settle down. I'm going to settle down. Let's see if we can get back into the groove. So I liked that leadership. I felt like that was great at the moment. And I feel like that will continue to carry them through to the next game and to future games. When you have someone who immediately says, that was my fault, I'm rowdy, you're rowdy, let's hone it back a little bit. I feel like they have a good direction to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows, back when they came up with the idea of preseason games, we're the big winners because we get to see football early.
Right.
But I would imagine in the back of their mind, okay, this is going to give us an opportunity to see how we look on the field, what's working, what's not working. To your point from your earlier comment, it just gives the team an opportunity to see where they need to work and where they need to make some changes. And I feel very optimistic about the Panthers moving forward. I think they're going to have a great season.
You know, for years and years, we've heard about the O-line this, the O-line that. The O-line's not where it needs to be. Everyone is hoping still that this year will be the year that the O-line comes around and comes together. Obviously, Coach Rule alluded to that in his speech yesterday. The defense largely had to carry the game yesterday, and they've had to do so in the past few years. But, give it some time, let them gel. Baker Mayfield, new. To your point, I think we did see an example of a good leader, someone who really can flourish and whom the guys will respect. But ultimately, those two calls that a couple people had been mentioning that were questionable, they were bad calls to Panthers fans, at least the way we saw them, but they did not make or break this game. We could not go into halftime that far down and then come back and then be able to blame this loss on two calls. No, like Coach Rule even said, our offense didn't get clicking until too late.
Well, a lot of people are still calling for his job. So
I was telling
they always
Megan
are,
about
right?
that.
Yeah, I think they are, but
But even after the first half, people are already on that training game. Now, I'll say this: we just got too hot too late. That's only going to work for so long. And people are ready to win or change it.
Right, because he's been now head coach for 5 years or so. I'm going to say at least that. Maybe not, I don't know. But regardless, he's been a head coach in a position where they've set themselves up to win games and then at the very end have lost them. Right. And I feel like that's kind of been the pattern of the Panthers last season and the season before that. They're so close, or they're winning even, and then something happens at the very end, they just can't hold on to the win, and then that's when it just becomes even more disappointing. But again, only game one. I like the fact that if we lose early, figure that out early, then maybe we have a good trajectory for the future. So, the last few seasons we've won early, and then we lost the remainder of the season. So this could be good.
Hey, look,
We'll see.
App lost their first game against Carolina, won a big upset against A&M the
Huge
second week.
upset.
All right, so second week is the way to go.
Right, second week.
There's plenty of promise for week 2.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He just had to get in App State.
He did.
First, that they almost beat Carolina.
I'm like, where is the connection here? There's got to be a connection. Week 2.
Yeah, week 2.
Yeah. And who knows? They finally got it together near the end of the game. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But maybe they kind of got the kinks worked out and started playing okay towards the end of the game. But as we have all agreed, a little too late for the big W.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive rally, though. So, if we're going to lose, at least make it a close loss, and that's what it was.
True.
So.
Yeah. So we do have some comments from those of you weighing in. Dana said that pattern was there before Rule came on board. We also heard from someone who said that, both of their teams had lost. I think Bobby had said that the 49ers and the Panthers both lost yesterday. Dana also said another season of not getting my hopes up. I'll have an opinion in a few weeks. And Frankie said that they don't watch sports anymore because they're too political. So there are just a few, comments here, going to, the Panthers loss specifically. But I do feel as though it could be the start of something new. Or we'll see after week 2.
Or
the continuation of the same.
Hey, it can only go up from here, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get to our morning headlines, and then we'll have a final check of your forecast. Randolph County Schools will host a 9/11 memorial service this morning to honor Sandy Bradshaw, its alumna, the Eastern Randolph alumna, flight attendant, and mother on board Flight 93, died on 9/11. The annual ceremony is this morning at 9 in the Burton Cates Stadium at Eastern Randolph High School. We will bring it to you live on our new The Good Morning Show at 9 and on WFMYnews2.com. Today, First Lady Jill Biden will visit Greensboro, focused on education. It is part of the Road to Success Back to School tour, starting in Knoxville, Tennessee this morning before coming to Greensboro later. She will travel to North Carolina A&T this afternoon and speak at the College of Education. The tour is focused on efforts to help students recover and thrive after the COVID pandemic, and it'll touch on teacher training and recruitment.
Well, pharmacies in the Triad are now offering the new bivalent COVID-19 booster shots. Walgreens and CVS locations now have the shot, which targets the original COVID-19 strains and also the Omicron variant. The Alamance County Health Department also has the bivalent booster shots and will give them out on Mondays and Fridays. Other Triad Health departments, along with Cone Health and Novant Health, will get the boosters soon. They target both the original COVID strains and the variants currently causing most cases. Well, today, Apple will release its new iOS 16 update. The software updates come with several new features, including the ability to unsend iMessages and schedule emails or texts to send at a certain time. You'll also be able to customize your lock screen with new app and display options. For a full breakdown of the new update and what it includes, head to the Two Wants to Know section of WFMYnews2.com.
All right, one more check on that forecast. Getting out the door for your Monday, we will keep an eye out for a few scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. Not everybody gets one of those, and I do think they'll be widely scattered, but a couple could be a little on the strong, possibly severe side. If that would be the case, our main concern today would be for any of those storms to possibly produce a damaging wind gust. Main timing from about 2 p.m. up until about 8 p.m. this evening, and then after that, once the cold front moves by tonight, we are in store for beautiful weather heading into the end of the week. Humidity will crash throughout the day on Tuesday. Check out the rest of the week and even into the weekend. Morning lows in the upper 50s, comfy afternoons in the low 80s, and no humidity and no rain. We'll take it. Best 7-day I've seen in a long time.
It is, but this is also the time of year where it's really hard to know how to dress because the morning lows are in the 50s, so you're, in jackets, maybe you want to put the pants on, but then by the afternoon it's warm and sunny again.
Right. Yeah. Just got to take your chances. As long as there's no, severe weather threat, I think we're okay. All right, so coming up on the Good Morning Show, WFMY News 2, the Good Morning Show at 9 a.m. A brand new show that we're doing with a brand new hour, same familiar smiling faces, but this one is exciting. We get to bring you a whole new source of fun.
Yeah, Eric Chilton's going to join us as well, so we look forward to seeing you there. If you are heading out to work, we hope you can at least pull us up on your News 2 app, where we'll be live streaming the show as well.
All right, guys, get out there, get to it. 9 a.m. starts in just an hour. We got to get going here.
See you in an hour.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care.